Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm really struggling to talk right now because I am coming down with a head cold. So before I start, excuse me if I tend to dry cough in between. There has been a tickle in my throat for the last 2 days and I'm trying really hard to not allow it to break out full throttle, so bear with me. But today I'm going to be starting my 2016 Project Pan. If you guys have not followed me and my journey through 2015 Project Pan, the links are down below. I started Project Panning January of 2015 to try and declutter and decrease my makeup and beauty collection. I did a closing of my 2015 Project Pan video, and that should be up now. The link will be down below if you haven't seen it. The year 2015, when it comes to my makeup collection, I didn't overdo on overspending a lot of money on products, but I still do have quite a bit of products. I did finish a lot of products in 2015, and you would see how much I finished in my 2015 Project Pan closure video, but I feel like I still need to declutter or, depan quite a few more products for me to be at a comfortable stage with my beauty collection. I just find that I think I have way too much beauty products right now, and I want to decrease it to a manageable amount, and then when I finish a product at that manageable amount, if I would like to try something else, I will go out and purchase it then. But right now I just have way too much crap in my room that I don't have room for, and it's starting to affect me personally, because I find that I have no room for anything else. So last year I did the project panning a bit differently. This year I'm going to change it up and do it again differently. So last year for 2015 I did the use up 3 products buy 1. And I did follow that, but majority of the time I noticed that I didn't really purchase. It was very rare that I purchased another product after I finished three products in that category. I just continued to keep on using up what I had in that category. I did purchase here and there a couple things once I used up 3 products, but it wasn't consistent with every category. For example, with body lotions, I used up over 10 body lotions, and I never repurchased any body lotions in the year 2015 because I have too many. Whereas in face masks, I used up six masks, and I purchased my Tsubaki hydrating mask, sleeping hydrating mask. So my basis rule last year was at least to use up 3 before I go buy another product. I ended up using more than 3 and then buying another product. This year, I'm not really going to follow that rule. What I'm going to do is I took inventory of every single category of makeup I had, excluding eyeshadows. I just think that eyeshadows is, how can I put it? To me, eyeshadows, as long as they're powdered, they don't really expire because they're powder and they last for quite a long time. So I'm not really focused on the eyeshadows. I'm focused on other product categories, which I'm going to go through one by one with you now. Tell you how much inventory I have of that category, and, tell you what is my ideal comfortable number to manage in that category. That's how I'm going to work this year's Project Pan, because I think when I see the overall number of how much I have based on each category, it gives me a better wake-up call to say, hey, the next time you're at the drugstore, the next time you're at Sephora, you don't need another lipstick, you don't need another foundation, you don't need another primer until you bring down your inventory numbers. So I think this is going to be a little bit more easier visually for me to take a look. So what I did was, in the same notebook I used for my last Project Pan, I started an inventory list by category. So the first category is foundation, and foundation I have a total to date as of January 1st, 2016. These are all inventoried, as of January 1st, 2016. I have 18 foundations. that's a lot of foundations. Now, I know, I'm sure a ton of YouTubers that are beauty gurus have way more than that. But for me, 18 is quite a lot. I personally don't need 18 foundations. I definitely want to bring down my foundation number to, I would say, a manageable, maybe 5 to 8. I think 5 to 8 foundations is enough for when your skin changes from summer to winter and then from winter to summer again. I think 5 to 8 foundations is manageable. So I'm hoping to bring down my foundations by 10 by the end of 2016. I don't know if it's gonna, foundations is something that takes quite a while to use up, because you normally get about 1 fluid ounce of foundation in a bottle, and you don't need to use a lot of foundation when you apply it on your face, because your face is not, it's not huge, right? So I think that I probably won't get it down to 10. I'm going to aim for that. However, I will continue to use up my foundations before I go and purchase another one. I want to bring it down to 5 to 8 foundations, and if I can do that this year, that will be amazing. If I can't, I'm just going to continue on into the next year, but that's going to be my goal for 2016, is bringing down my number of 18 to about between 5 to 8. That's just kind of a realistic number for me. Personally, I think that even if my number decreases, no matter what number it decreases to, as long as I see a decrease from when I first started, I'm happy with that, just so that I know that I'm making some sort of progress. I'm not going to set myself a high expectation to bring down my number by 10, finish 10 foundations in the year 2016, just because it's really hard to even finish 1 or 2 foundations in a year, because your skin changes, you're with the temperature and the weather, and then you have to change products and all that. So as long as my number will decrease from when I originally started, I am happy with that foundation number, as long as it decreases. So my ideal goal would be to bring it down to 10, but I think it'll take me longer than a year to do that. Moving on. Next category is BB and CC creams. I have a total of 6. I would like to bring it down to 2 or 3. I would like to bring it down to 2 or 3. I'm hoping that I can bring it down by half throughout the year. We'll see how it goes. I don't think it'll be an issue, but we'll aim for that. As long as, again, it decreases the number instead of increasing, it doesn't bother me as long as it decreases. Next category, concealer. I have 14 concealers. 14 concealers. Who needs that many concealers? Nobody. Unless you're a professional makeup artist and you do other people's makeup with different skin tones. But for me, I do my own makeup majority of the time. So I don't need 14 concealers. I would like to bring down my 14 concealers to about maybe 5. I think 5 would be manageable. My next category is face powders. Face powders is pretty much like powder foundation. Powder foundation, maybe setting the under eye a little bit. I have 9 face powders that are single face powders. So they're singular. They don't come in a palette. They don't, come with a palette of eyeshadows, just singular face powders. There's 9. And I think I want to bring that down to 2. That's all I want, is 2. So, I have quite a bit of work to do. I don't know if I'll get down to 2 by the end of 2016. But as long as, again, it decreases, doesn't bother me. Bronzers. So, bronzers, I have 15 bronzers. That is way too many bronzers for one person. I think I want to bring it down to about 3 bronzers, maybe 4 bronzers, hopefully. Again, as long as the number decreases instead of increasing, it doesn't bother me. But my ideal manageable amount would be 3 or 4 bronzers at the most. So, we have some work to do. Lip glosses is a big one for a category. I did a lot of decluttering this, in 2015. I gave a lot of lip glosses away, and I threw a few out because they did go bad. But still, with that done, I still have 30 lip glosses, and I'm not a lip gloss fan, you guys. I used to be in my younger years, and then, you know, as I got older, I like the matte, the lipsticks, the liquid lipsticks. So lip glosses is just not one of my things, and I am going to try my hardest to bring that number down. I kind of only want 1 or 2 lip glosses in my collection, so it's going to be really hard to bring that down in a year because, let's face it, it takes a long time to finish a lip gloss. But like I said, as long as I keep seeing that number go down in lip glosses, I'm not really worried. I definitely want to bring that number down for sure because I'm not a lip gloss fan anymore. I'm going to try and use as many as I can up. I might give some away depending on if they're still in their packaging or not, like their full packaging. But 30 is just way too much for me. I don't use as much lip gloss as I once used to. I think lip gloss is really meant for the younger generation. I used to wear lip gloss constantly in high school, but then as I started to get older, I just kind of, I don't know, I kind of just weaned off of it. Lip gloss is a great thing to use when you want to make your lips look really plump and hydrated, but I just don't use it all the time. So I definitely don't need 30 of them. So that one is definitely going to be one I'm going to try and focus on as well this year. My next category is face primer. I have 6 face primers, and I think that's good. Like, I'm good with that. 6 face primers is enough for me. I won't be buying any more face primer until I finish the ones I have. So, and I use face primer every day. So I really am not worried about finishing those because I use face primer every day. It's part of my makeup routine. Winter, summer, it doesn't matter. I'm always using a primer underneath my foundation. And 6 is a manageable number. Eye primers. So eye primers, they include the eye bases, like the Paint Pots by MAC. I have a total of 14 eye primers / bases. 14 is kind of much. I kind of want to bring it down to maybe about 8. 8 eye primer / bases. The Paint Pots by MAC are one of my favorite products for eye bases. So I do have a couple of colors in there, and I don't mind a different range of like color bases in that sense. But like my eye primers, like my Lorac eye primer that doesn't really have a color. I have even a Bare Mineral, I think that's a Bare Minerals eye primer. I just have all these eye primers that I need to use up, and I have a NARS one as well that don't really give much, like, they don't really cover much pigmentation that I'd like to use up. So those are the ones I'm focusing on right now. And then maybe I'd like to keep my eye bases to just my MAC Paint Pots. So, you know, I would say maybe about 8, maybe less than 8 is my ideal, comfortable area. We'll see. But yeah, 14 is way too much. So I won't be buying any eye primer anytime soon. Let's just say that. So for 2016 eyeliners, the hell? I made eyeliners in 2016. I have a total of 56. That's a lot, I'm not gonna lie. But they're not all black. Like, I have, you know, purples, I have some blues, I have some golds, bronzes, I have nude, and I have brown and black and gray. So I have a whole bunch of different colored liners, just because I like to change up my bottom lash line quite a bit. But those eyeliners also include my gel liners, they include my liquid liners. 56 is a large number, and I kind of think that I don't need to buy any eyeliner this year coming. I would like to bring down my eyeliner stash quite a bit. I think maybe 10 liners would be enough. 10 to 15 would be enough. And that's including the different colored liners and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, that 10 to 15 would be manageable for eyeliners for different looks. 56 is like, no. Just no. So, again, liners take a little bit longer as well, especially if you're changing up your liner all the time. I'm changing my liner all the time. I'm not consistently using one in particular. But I would love to see that number go down. So as long as it goes down by the end of 2016 into 2017, I'm really not worried. I won't be buying any eyeliner anytime soon. So lip liners is my next category, and lip liners I have 34. I think 34 lip liners might be a little too much. I think I'm going to want to bring it down to maybe about 10 to 15 lip liners, and leave it at that. So hopefully that will go down as well. My next category is mascara. Mascara I have 17, and I don't think I need 17. I would like to leave it at 5. I'd like to bring it down to about 5. That should be good, manageable enough. Hopefully, I'm sure mascara will go down quite fast because with me, mascara, I do like to change them out every 3 to 4 months, but I try to hit it at the 4-month mark. If it's a more expensive mascara, I will stretch it out as long as possible because let's face it, when it's an expensive mascara, girl, you don't want to be wasting that money. My next category is brow products, and brow products in general are brow powders, brow pencils, brow gel. I think that's it. So a total of 7 brow products. I think that's a manageable amount. I do have quite a few brow powders, which I would like to use up, but brow powders take quite a while to get through. But brow products, 7 is manageable for me. I don't need more than that. So, I really won't be purchasing any brow products unless I happen to run out of my brow gel, then I would replace it. But I will never go past the 7 mark. I will either keep it consistently the same or it will go down. Lip balms is my next category. Lip balms is a whole other category because they're not lip glosses, they're not lipsticks. They are lip products, but the balms are just, like your chapsticks. I was going to show you an example, but I can't. It's not near me right now. So your chapsticks, when it's cold outside and your lips are chapped and you want to put something very hydrating on, your Vaseline, your cherry chapstick, those type of products. I have 35 lip balms. The EOS balm, that's what this category is. 35 lip balms is just ridiculous. I will not be purchasing any lip balms this year in 2016. I just have way too many that I need to get through. And personally for me, I think it's just a bit much. I'd like only maybe a maximum of 5 lip balms in my collection. So I have to bring it down from 35 to 5. That's 30 products I need to use up, which I know I will not be able to do in 1 year. But as long as I see the numbers decrease, I am not worried. Single blushes, I have 29, which you may think that's a lot, but it's really not because each blush is its individual, it's got its own color for a different look. So I'm okay with blushes. I'm not going to be purchasing any more, but I'm not going to be using any up that I need to get out of. If I do use one up, it'll be one particular, but that's it. I'm not really, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not really concerned with the blush section because just blushes, you usually have a few different colors in order to get different looks out of them. So I'm not really worried about that. My next one is quite large. And my next category is lipstick. And the lipstick includes lipsticks, liquid lipsticks, lip crayons, I guess you could say. Those I have 155 in total, which is absolutely ridiculous. I don't even know why. I really don't even know why I have that many. I have no words. Will I be purchasing more? Probably not for a while. Will I be decluttering and using up a few things? Yes, I really do want my number to go down in that section. There's just there's colors that I used to wear that I don't wear. That number will be going down by the end of 2016. I can guarantee you that. My ideal number of lipsticks, I would like to keep it at 20. The reason is there is your neutrals, your pinks, your browns, and then your darks. So I'd like to keep that number for around the 20, 25 mark. 155 is ridiculous. There should be no reason. So as long as I see that number go down throughout the year, I'm fine. Highlighters, I have 12, and I think that is a very manageable amount of 12 highlighters. Each highlighter that I own is a different tone, so it gives a different look when you apply it to the skin. So that one, the highlighter category, I'm not really worried about. I don't need to declutter or pan as much as other categories. The next category is nail polish color. When I did this category, when I counted this category, I was appalled at myself for the amount of nail polish color that I had. I have 300 nail polish colors. That is a lot. That is a lot. And you know what? I don't have words for why I have that many. I always love to purchase nail polish when I'm at the salon, the beauty supply outlet, because I get them at discounted prices. But I won't be buying polish for a long time. That number needs to be dropped significantly. I only want maybe 20 to 25 colors at the most. And that'll range between my nudes, my darks, and my bright colors. So hopefully I can bring that down. As long as the number goes down, I'm not really concerned with bringing it down to only 20 polishes by the end of the year. But as long as it goes down, I'm not worried, because I know it will go down. I definitely know it will go down. Body lotions. Body lotions, I have 55. That is way too much. I want to bring down my body lotions to about maybe 3 or 4. So I have some work to do on that as well. Body washes, I have 13. I would like to maybe have 2 or 3 as backups. Face moisturizer, I have 12. I would like to bring that down to 2 or 3 as backups. Face cleanser and facial scrubs, I have 25. I would like to bring that down to about 3 to 5. Yeah, 3 to 5. Eye makeup remover, I have 6. I don't think I need to worry about eye makeup remover. Eye makeup remover is a staple in my regime because I use it every single day. I use it to take off all my makeup, and I rarely go over the inventory of 10 eye makeup removers in my collection, in my backup drawer. So I'm not really worried about that because I use my eye makeup remover. I use it up. If you guys watch my empties videos, you see it in my empties videos almost every month. So I'm not really worried about that. My makeup remover wipes by Neutrogena, I have 4, which again, I'm not worried about because I use those every day to take off my foundation before I actually wash my face. So that I'm not worried about either. I have shampoo is my next one. I have 15 shampoos, and that needs to be brought down significantly to maybe about 2 or 3. So I won't be buying shampoos for a while. Conditioner, I have 8. Again, I want to bring it down to 2 or 3. Hair mask, I have 16, which is ridiculous. I need to bring that down to about maybe 2 or 3. Hair serums, I have 3, which is manageable. I have hair leave-in conditioner. So it's a leave-in conditioner before you blow dry your hair. I have 5, which is manageable. Fake lashes, like the Ardell's, I have 9, which I'm not really worried about because I don't really buy lashes very often, and I only use them for special occasions. So 9 is a manageable amount. Hair oil, I have 4. So that's a manageable amount. Hair heat protectant, I have 3. So that's a pretty manageable amount. Hairspray, I have 2, which is pretty manageable. Hair mousse, I have 3, which is manageable for me. I'd like to bring it down to 1, but, you know, I'm not really worried about that category. Hair creams for, like, keeping your curls intact is 1, so that is manageable. Dry shampoo, I have 7. I would like to bring it down to at least 3 or 4. Body sprays, I have 7. I would like to bring that down to 1 or 2. Hand soaps, I have 18. 18. I would like to bring that down to at least maybe 3 or 4. Perfumes, I have 17. I would like to bring that down to like 2 or 3. Deodorant, I have 5, which is manageable it's manageable. I wear deodorant every day, so they're going to get used. I know that they'll get used up by the end of the year. Makeup palettes. Now, these makeup palettes are they're a mixture of eyeshadow palettes, blush palettes, face powder palettes, contour palettes. That's a total of 67 palettes. 67 palettes is quite a bit. I'm not gonna lie, like, palettes are a weakness of mine. I absolutely love makeup palettes. They're a weakness. If I love the particular company that comes out with a palette and I love the shadows that I know I would use, I definitely would purchase it. Would I purchase a palette in the year 2016? Probably. I'm not going to lie to you guys. But at the same time, I find that the palettes are a lot more you get more bang for your buck in a palette. So instead of me buying 12 single shadows from, you know, different lines everywhere, I would rather invest the $40 in a particular affordable palette and not have to go and spend, you know, $12 each shadow, you know, to get certain eyeshadows. So that's just my preference. I'm not really worried about the number of palettes because there are one or two that I don't really use very often, and I do plan on giving them to someone who will use them. So I'm not really like concerned about that, to be totally honest. I know it sounds really weird. But yeah, when I do notice I'm not using a particular palette, I will hand it off to someone who will probably use it a lot more than I would. Okay. We're almost done, I promise. My next category is face oils and serums. I have 7. I would like to bring down that number to 2. My eye creams, I have 5, which is manageable, but I still want to bring that down to 2. Face masks is 26. I would like to bring that down to 5. Candles is 20. I would like to bring down that to about 3 or 4. Face illuminators. So this is kind of like the cream illuminator where you can put it in your foundation and make your foundation luminizing on your face. I have 4 of those, which is manageable, so I don't need to worry about that. And I have body scrub as my last category, and I have 4 body scrubs, which is manageable for those. So I'm not really worried about that particular category. So what I did, you guys, was when I created my list, I put hearts beside the categories I really want to focus more love on. And that way I know for those particular categories to focus more love on them will probably help bring those numbers down. I know you guys can't read backwards because clearly that's what you're seeing, possibly. So wherever there's like a red heart is the categories I'm really going to focus more on, opposed to other categories that I didn't put my heart beside. That is going to be my project for 2016, you guys. I find when you inventory your beauty stash, it gives you more perspective on buying more products than you really need. Like, after looking at these numbers and really taking a glance at, you know, how many of certain things I have, I don't need to be buying more than what I need. You know, foundation-wise, I haven't really bought any foundation in over almost a year now, and I will continue not to purchase any foundation until I significantly bring my inventory number a lot lower. Nail polish, like, it is ridiculous that I own 300 nail polish colors. I definitely will not be purchasing nail polish for years to come until I bring my number significantly down, even by half. If I can get it down to 150 at the you know, very least for the time being, I would even be happy with that. So I think what I'm going to do is, you know, really stay focused, really get those categories that I really want those numbers to drop, and go from there. So that's going to be the beginning of my 2016 project pan. If you guys are doing a project pan of any sort for 2016, please let me know down below. I would love to check it out. Thumbs this video up if you guys think that this project pan is a good idea. You know, I think it's just living in a lot of clutter and hoarding is just not really healthy mentally, emotionally, and physically. So I'm really trying to bring that down quite a bit. And, you know, so far, 2015 I thought was successful enough that I finished quite a few products as it is. I gave quite a few products away in 2015. There are things that I parted with that I wouldn't normally part with, but I ended up, you know, sucking it up and giving it to somebody who would probably use it and use it and appreciate it more than I would, since I wasn't using it and it was just sitting in my stash. So I'm going to continue to do that this year. If I notice that I'm not using certain things that I could give away that are you know, I'm able to give away, then I think I'm going to continue to do that, because let's face it, there's just too much makeup for one person to deal with. When it comes to skincare items, like I mentioned in my face creams and moisturizers and oils and all that, I tend to use those more quickly because I do my daytime and nighttime routine every day. It's not every single day that I always wear makeup. You know, sometimes I go without no makeup because I feel like I'm at home. I don't need to wear it. I need my skin to breathe. But I still do skincare routine every day. So I know that those products will probably drop a lot faster than some other ones like nail polish and eyeliner and all that kind of stuff. But you know what? As long as the numbers do drop, I don't mind. I will not be purchasing lipsticks and liners for a while, so hopefully that will also bring down my that'll bring down my numbers as well, and the money I save will go into a savings account. So that's it, guys. That was my introduction to Project Pan 2016. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching and following me on this journey. If you guys have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Thumbs this video up, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye, everybody. Mwah.